All right, man. What's good, man? Having a little bit of a late show today. Hope everything's well with everybody. We are 1 week away from the big fight, man. So let's chop up some talk about some boxing this Sunday morning, man. Jimmy Bernard said, "What's good for 9 to 9?" I'm chilling, man. Just wanted to do the show a little bit later on Sunday. See if there's some people that can't catch a show, early in the morning and might want to catch it in the afternoon. But yeah, man, I'm good, man. Just excited about this. Just excited about this fight coming up, man. That's what I'm on. 1 week away. Been waiting on this fight for like a year. Hopefully everything will come out right. Everything will be fair. Deontay Wilder will be back with his belt. Tyson Fury will be, corrected for his cheating. All of that good stuff, man. Real life living. What's good, man? He said, hit that like, people. Got mine in. Can't wait for it to start, man. Triller at it again and fights canceled. So now, what now? I'm telling you, man, Teofimo Lopez is going to wind up fighting Lomachenko, man. He's going to get his comeuppance, man. That dude going to wind up having to fight Lomachenko, man. I like that, man. Hey, yeah, hit the like. Hey, man, hit my like button on the way in, man, while you guys come in, man. Man, Michael Wright in the building. What's going on, man? My man, Terrible, Olatunde said, hello, Fannon. Greetings from Lagos, Nigeria, man. Shout out to Nigeria, man. Hope you guys are doing well out there. All that good stuff, man. Shout out to Big Femi from Nigeria. Anthony Joshua. Man, you know what's wild, man? I haven't had, now that I realize it, man, it's been a long time since I've been attacked by Nigerian guys about Anthony Joshua. That used to happen all the time, man. Like all the time. Now the only people that really come around talking about Anthony Joshua are people that trying to fake like they Deontay. They really trying to fake like they Tyson Fury fans. But man, after the loss to Andy Ruiz, man, I haven't seen a lot of Nigerian guys come around anymore. That's a shame because it used to be fun, man, to have you guys talk bad about me, man. Andrew Gray in the building said, yo, what's up, bro? Just chilling, man. Laughing about Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos fight not going through. Man, that's going to cost Teofimo Lopez a lot of money. That cost Teofimo Lopez an arm and a... Like, how much was Teofimo Lopez? Wasn't Teofimo Lopez getting like $4 million, $5 million for that fight? Something like that? Man, man, wow. There's a whole lot of cats losing money these days, man. Teofimo Lopez lost a grip of dough. And seems like George Kambosos lost a lot of money too, man. I don't know why George Kambosos just didn't take that fight. That doesn't make any sense to me, man. The dude ain't going to get out the second round, man. I mean, come on. He ain't going to get out. I don't know. He's feeling himself. What was going on, man? Kambosos ain't getting out that first round. I have no idea why, or the third round tops. I don't see why in the world he would not take that money, man. These guys are just crazy, man. I think they start believing their own hype and cause themselves a lot of problems, man. That was a payday just sitting there waiting on George Kambosos. And tried to push for more money, man, got the whole fight shut down. Real Life Living said, man, it seems like they had this set up so they could get a bigger fight, but Teo needs those belts right now. No, I mean, I just think the dude got jealous. I mean, I think the dude just got greedy, man. Seems like to me. I mean, that's the most logical reason to say that George Kambosos are not signing an agreement to that fight, and then Triller just wants to pull out. Triller just using that whole thing just to kind of cut off the money law, cut off that loss. You know what I mean? Because it never made sense for those dudes to mess around and he said he's still getting almost $2 million for them canceling. It's crazy. Hey, well, that's cool. I hope so. I mean, I don't want to see Teofimo get stuck in the pocket, but man, he still got stuck in the pocket for a lot of dough, man. He still got stuck in the pocket for a lot of dough, man. You know, I would think these guys just want to take the fight, get that money. You know what I mean? He said Australia is in lockdown, wasn't a good investment. No, man, that was not a good investment. But the interesting thing really is Teofimo's relationship with Bob Arum. Because Bob Arum, man, what's going on, Viva Tu Vida? Bob Arum winds up being the one that is going to wind up being the big winner in this, dog. What's going on, Fahim Sator? How you feeling, man? He said Bob going to do Teo dirty. Bob going to do Teo real dirty. That's why I'm saying I'm telling you he's going to be back with that Lomachenko fight. I'm telling you, he's going to be back with that Lomachenko fight. He says he wants to move to 140 to fight Josh Taylor, but dude, Josh Taylor ain't going to be at 140 for him, man. Josh Taylor's going to be, I predict that Josh Taylor got one more fight got one more fight at 140 pounds, and he's going to be up there at 100. He's going to be up there at 140 pounds, at 147 pounds, man, trying to get his hands on that WBO belt off Terrence Crawford. So yeah, Kevin Knight said Loma next. Yeah, you might as well. That's your big money fight is Lomachenko. The rematch. Get on back in there and lose to Lomachenko. Because I'm telling you, man, he gets back in there with Lomachenko, he's losing. Because Lomachenko would have fought twice before Teofimo Lopez fought, and he's too young to be taking all his time off, man. Way too young to be taking this time off. And I'm sure it's not the easiest thing in the world for him to make that weight. Man, Pradeep Ajalan said, interesting to see the glove checks protocol in the trilogy. Media should make it open, make it to the audience. Yeah. Oh, but they're on those gloves. I just have to believe that they, even in the contract that they addressed those. I hope they addressed them in the contract. It's like, look, man, we signed in this fight contract. We got to know what gloves we wearing, man. You know what I mean? So that's a great analogy. What analogy did I use? Did I do one? It's early in the morning. Actually, it's not early in the morning. I get to do this. I'm doing this at a comfortable time when I'm not tired. Johnny Player said, Tio need to stop capping. He's losing all his bread because he don't want to fight Haney. Yeah, he need to go ahead and fight Haney. That would be good, man. But I don't know, man, about whether, he's capping about one to fight. I can't believe I use capping comfortably. I don't think he's capping about Devin Haney. I think they need to box all them dudes up and let them fight it out. And hopefully Teofimo Lopez he'll probably catch Teofimo Lopez at 140. Really. That's how I think it's going to play out. That Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney are probably going to be up there at 140 pounds. Those guys are big guys, man. They're not little dudes, man. Johnny Player said, Josh Taylor don't want that bud smoke. Yeah, he does. He wants that bud fix. I'm telling you, man, if that fight goes, I'm telling you, Johnny, if that fight goes to Scotland, beware. If they go and they fight in Scotland, beware, dog. Because there is a significant chance of a robbery if those guys go out there to go to Scotland, man. Kevin Knight said Tank is the best at 135. Yeah, but Tank got to prove it. I think he's the best at 135. I think he may be the best guy under 147 pounds. There's a legitimate chance that Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world below 140 pounds. The best little man in boxing. But he got to show it, man. He got to prove it. And I'm a huge Tank supporter, dog. But you know what it is with me. I only support so far. I can only support when you're fighting. If you're not fighting nobody, it's hard for me to support you. You know what I mean? And as of right now, Tank, come on, be on, Tank could do a little bit more, man. They could be making a little bit better fights for Tank, giving me a little bit more of my money's worth out of Tank. Now, from this point forward, I don't have any problems with what he's done in the past. But at this point in time, he won belts all the way up to 140. Okay, we've done the flat-footed Latino thing a bunch of times. Come on, man. Let's get a black fighter in there, man. You know what I mean? Jimmy Bernard said, "What's next? What's next for Tank? The same thing. The same thing. You're going to get. I heard Rolly Romero. But I don't believe Rolly Romero. I think it's going to be another flat-footed Latino. Or Hispanic. What's the proper phrase? I think it's going to be another flat-footed Hispanic. I don't know what the name of that flat-footed Hispanic is, but I'm sure he's going to show up soon, and we'll find out, man. Those guys ain't really big into. It's not Gervonta Davis, man. It's not Gervonta Davis. It's Latino. Okay, cool. A flat-footed Latino. It's gonna be a flat-footed Latino. It ain't gonna be no flat. It's not gonna be your what's my man's name? Sergio Martinez type Latino. Somebody that's got somebody that can move. It's gonna be somebody who can walk down. He can crack up out of there, dog. That's what I think, man. ATL Unanimous Boxing Sports said me too. Raleigh cap. Yeah, man. Raleigh. The big problem with Raleigh is Raleigh sucks. That's the big problem. Like, they need to go make some more money off of Raleigh before Raleigh gets beat again. because Riley got beat by that Marinez guy, man. So it's not, it ain't too long for Riley out there, man. Riley's not on the level. I don't think Riley's on the level of these guys. Riley is like he's the modern day Ricardo Mayorga. He's going to be entertaining. He's going to talk a lot of smack. If you mess around and he cracks you, he can hurt you. That type of guy. But that's Ricardo Mayorga. And whenever Ricardo Mayorga stepped up in there against somebody that could fight, Ricardo Mayorga lost. And he lost by knockouts. You know what I mean? Ismail said, Fannon, I don't understand why Fury would be confident in the Triller after being caught red-handed cheating in the second fight. First of all, don't trust anything Tyson Fury says out of his mouth, man. You know what I mean? Just don't believe anything that comes out of the mouth of Tyson Fury. You don't know what Tyson Fury thinks based on what he says, man. But he may think he got another. He may be confident that he can beat the guy no matter what. I mean, he's not lost yet. He can fight. So, maybe that's it. But look, man, I'm praying for Deontay Wilder to win this fight, man. I am 100%, 100 miles an hour team bomb squad on this fight. Because that would make everything right in boxing, man. And it would be the biggest gloat, and it would be the funniest gloat session I ever had in my entire time being on YouTube, man. The Ancient Mur said, hey, Mayorga had Vernon Forrest's number. Yeah, man. But see, here's the thing. The thing with Vernon Forrest is Vernon Forrest has Shane Mosley's number. And so he may he was a good fighter, but, maybe he didn't have a chin. There was obviously something missing from Vernon Forrest. Shout out to the Viper. Rest in peace to the Viper. There was something missing from Vernon Forrest, right? Vernon Forrest's chin was suspect, and Ricardo Mayorga was super aggressive and all of that stuff and wound up getting to him. But, they were both kind of like, Vernon Forrest's claim to fame is that he had Shane Mosley's number when Shane Mosley was like number 1 pound for pound, number 2 pound for pound, right after he had beaten Oscar De La Hoya twice, all that good stuff. And then Mayorga came in and beat him. So everybody was really big on Ricardo Mayorga. But, then actually, man, I don't know if Rolly Romero's as good as Ricardo Mayorga now that I think about it, man. Because I don't know if I don't think he's going to beat anybody the quality of a Vernon Forrest, man. I just think the dude is just terrible, man. Flu Klux Klan said 1-800-FACTS. What's going on, Flu Klux Klan? That's funny, man. ATL said Wilder going to murder Fury. Man, please let it be, man. Please let it be. Urbanos Salcido said, thanks for good information. I agree with you 100%. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. I do. Peace for 9. Like button is smash on the check-in. That's what's up. What's going on, Victor Mack, man? It's been a minute, man, since I seen you, man. I know I'm at an off time this morning, man, but we should still have a good conversation. Make sure you guys, anything you guys want to talk about, man, it's an open conversation, dog. I'm willing to talk about pretty much anything. So, cause I'm in a good mood this morning, man. Really happy to talk boxing, man. The HMR said Fury looks like a thumb. I hope he end this clown. Look, man, Tyson Fury is. I don't know what to say, man, about this whole Tyson Fury thing. All these guys know that dude's a scumbag, man. Did you see the video where his daddy what's going? Terry Schmoot in the building, man. What's going on, Terry? How you feeling, man? Did you see? Hey, Terry, did you catch that video with John Fury lying? Where John Fury got caught lying? He was sitting there in a chair in an interview talking about how, he hadn't seen his son. He'd been staying away from his son because his son wanted to make sure he took all the precautions necessary not to catch COVID. And, he talked to him on the phone, and that's good enough for him. And right in the middle of the interview, dude, Tyson Fury walked right behind him. Like, man, dude, y'all lie for John Fury lied for no good reason. Just constantly trying to mislead the media, trying to mislead people, man. Like, why would you lie for absolutely no good reason, man? What does that get you? What did that lie get you? And it's just hilarious to have him get busted out in the middle of the interview, man. Refuse the clot shot. What's that mean? Refuse the COVID shot. I don't know why people are refusing that shot, dog. I got vaccinated, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not no anti-vaxxer, dog. I was like, man, I got asthma. I ain't trying to die. And I know I had a suspicion that I caught COVID early on. I had a suspicion that I did because I got real sick right before that outbreak happened. And I was real sick, and I don't get sick often. And I was like, man, this shit don't feel right. I was completely weirded out, man. So they say you're gonna need 10 boosters. Hey, man, I got them. And I'm taking precautions. I ain't getting all kind of boosters and stuff. Man, when I hit 50 and I went into my doctor, general practitioner for all the stuff I got to do now. Man, I got to get shingle shot. I got to get shingle shots. I got to get a colonoscopy. It's like I'm going to be spending half my day in the doctor's office now, man. So I did what I had to do as far as COVID because, I ain't trying to catch that shit. That shit looked like, you know what I mean? It said the vaccine enhanced my girl's asthma. Hey, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. But, man, that COVID scared shit out of me, dog. There's a whole lot of people dying, man. Fred Chin said, does everyone realize Tyson has never defended his belt? Every time he's scheduled to defend his belt, he retires, gets suspended, and sick. Oh, absolutely, man. Oh, that's not gotten missed that he's never defended a title, dog. But he's going into this fight with Deontay Wilder knowing how that dude cheats and having another camp going in there for the third fight. That first fight was ridiculous, dog. Pure unadulterated cheating, man, without a doubt, man. Fahim says, shit, I got both shots and I'm getting a booster. Oh, ATL Unanimous Boxing Sports said, I almost died. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, yeah, I'll get the boosters. If that vaccine's going to kill me, if it's between COVID killing me and the vaccine killing me, the vaccine's going to kill me. I've taken all kind of vaccines in my life, man. They ain't killed me yet. Now, I know why a whole bunch of people don't trust it. Because I don't trust it. But I trust me this. A whole lot of Negroes ain't around no more. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to be one, dog. I mean, I've had a rough year. Yeah, I've had a rough year, but dog, I'm trying to make it to the next one. I'm trying to make it to a good one. You know what I mean? Kevin Knight said, use sparring worn out gloves is BS. Practice. What are you talking about? Practice? Or you talking about him cheating in practice? That's a raggedy motherfucker there to cheat in practice, dog. That's a raggedy motherfucker for what he did to what's that dude's name, man? Man, that shit was so funny listening to them dudes talk about that shit. What's the dude's name that Tyson Fury got Nicholas Asbury, where Tyson Fury got into the ring against him in a practice match with loaded gloves. You can't make this shit up, dog. And that's not Tyson. And that ain't Deontay Wilder saying that. That's somebody who was a sparring partner that got that shit on tape. Like, man, he's like, he got out of that. He got all kind of crazy knots on his head. He's like, man, where does this come out from? Yeah, Asbury, man. He's like, where does all this stuff come from? Come from cheating ass Tyson Fury, man. You got cheating Tyson Fury and you got hype job Anthony Joshua, man. But nothing was more fun than the collapse of Anthony Joshua, dog. All of this stuff they was talking about Anthony Joshua. He said he was furious. Oh, yeah, he was. He's talking about, hold on. Teofimo Sr. said we got J-Lo, T.O. is a star. Man, T.O. ain't no star, man. T.O. is a well-known boxer. Teofimo Lopez is not a star. And Teofimo Lopez needs to stop acting like Teofimo Lopez is a star and get to fighting somebody, dog. Okay? Fight the guy in front of you, man. Do a Terrence Crawford, dude. Just fight whoever it is Bob Arum puts in front of you. Okay? Until you get big enough of a name where you can talk about going somewhere else, dog. He said, we got J-Lo. He didn't say he got J-Lo like, man, I need to start listening to that dude. I ain't listened to him because I didn't want to hate on him because that dude hated on me. I was like, man, I woke up one day and people were like, Teofimo Lopez's daddy called you a hater. Like, man, what did I do to Teofimo? What the hell did I do to Teofimo Lopez or Teofimo Lopez's daddy? And I was like, oh, okay, it's that dude lying on me. Man, enjoy the last week of Deontay Wilder's boxing career. He's not beating Usyk or Fury. How is this the last week of his career, Kevin? How is it the last week of his career? Why does Deontay Wilder lose his career because he loses to Tyson Fury. And you guys are sitting around waiting on AJ's rematch with Alexander Usyk. Come on, man. Nah, don't clap him. Don't clap Kevin. It's all right, man. You guys don't give me enough. Y'all don't give me enough food. You guys want to get rid of cats too quick. Actually, man, you know what, man? I need to start giving unadulterated truth is in here, man. I know unadulterated truth had a wrench. So I got to get my wrenches back, man. I was not in the proper state. I was in a bad state when I got rid of people's unadulterated truth got his Reese Mack. I think Reese Mack had a wrench too. Let me give Reese Mack had a wrench too. I'm almost positive Reese Mack had a wrench. I need more. I need more blue. I need more blue in my thing, man. Yeah, don't time him out, man. He ain't talking about nothing. He didn't do nothing wrong. It's okay to think Tyson Fury is going to win. You know, the CVP Jr. said Fury going to sleep. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with thinking Tyson Fury is going to win. I'm just praying he don't. And honestly, man, I hope the Tyson, my main wish is that Deontay Wilder cheats. I really hope he does. I hope that part of his, man, you've been here, man. You know you're my guy on unadulterated truth, man. He said, Wrench Gang is here for you for now. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. And I messed over the Wrench Gang, man. I won't give you guys all the history behind it because that's just personal business. But just suffice it to say, I got rid of a lot of wrenches I didn't intend. That I would not have gotten rid of. I regret having cleared out my wrenches. I'll put it that way. I regret clearing out my wrenches, man. Real Life Living said, "How do you get a wrench anyway? I need one of those." Oh, you can get one right now, man. I'll give you one. Just don't screw me over, okay? Use it wisely, dog. Use it wisely. Use it wisely. Three Pyramids said, nah, Wilder's an honest dude. I know he's not gonna. I just want him to. I believe in that shit, dude. Seriously, if you cheat me, I'm cheating you. I don't care. You threw the rule book out. Once you know you got somebody in there that they done thrown the rule book out, I say throw the rule book out. For real. I don't care, man. I'm like, look, man, you're not getting over on me like that. Claiming that you're doing everything on the up and up and I'm gonna sit here like a fool. Hell no. If Andre Ward will get dirty with you, Deontay Wilder needs to get dirty with him. Now I'm not saying take steroids or load your gloves or do anything that's going to bring shame on you. Like anything. I'm not saying I hope he does anything that brings shame on him. I'm just saying the minute Tyson Fury rabbit punches him, hit him in the nuts. Immediately. He rabbit punches you, bang to the nuts, dog. Bang. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, exactly, dog. Don't do that shit. Man, when I used to play basketball, anytime, I'm telling you, I didn't care at all. As soon as somebody elbowed me, dog, they was getting something right back, dog. Immediately. And so I'd be like, oh, okay. I used to be froggy as hell, dog, because I wasn't the best basketball player in the world. But I got a temper. And when anybody would do that stuff, immediately, dog, I would go right back with the bows. And we would just be boning. If he wants to bow, I'm a bow. We're gonna be bowing all day. If you don't bow, I'm not gonna bow you, and we can play a good fair match, man. Tyson Fury go in there using all that size to cheat. And I've seen enough of his fights to see it, man. He uses his size to cheat, man. My man Michael Kirkland holding it down in the building, man. He said Wilder versus Ike Ibeabuchi. How does it end? Would Ike Ibeabuchi knocked the fuck out? Would Ike Ibeabuchi laid flat out is what I think. But Ike Ibeabuchi was a good fighter, man. It's just I hadn't seen enough of him, man, because, you know, he went because the dude was crazy and, you know, did all that shit and got put in jail for 100 years, man. Like Felix Verdejo. Like, man, what? Felix Verdejo, man, I'm telling you, Top Rank got some funny ass fighters over there, dog. They don't just got cheaters, they got straight up psychopathic murderers over there, man. I mean, Felix Verdejo going away forever and ever and ever, man. I hope he didn't do it. You know, there's a chance he didn't do it. I know you got to go to court and all that before that happens, you know. He said he like 300 pounds right now. 300 pounds, them nuts still right there. Lean on me and I'm banging you to the nuts, dog. Whop. Hey, he's on my neck. I was aiming for the stomach. He's on my neck. He's wrenching me. Boom. Get up off me. Just get up off me. Hey, said Fannon was playing basketball like the Black Lambeer. Yeah, I wouldn't. No cheap fouls now. No cheap fouls. But if you getting funny, I'm getting funny. That's just all there was to it, man. You're not gonna hit me, and it's just gonna be some fair, Hey, never gonna happen, man. Talking sense. The excuses continue. Wilder will probably end up in court. He was already in court. He just got out of court, forcing your boy not to run away. He just got out of court with your boy, Tyson Fury, trying to keep Tyson Fury from running out the fight. You guys forget about that, don't you? Tyson Fury didn't want this fight, bro. Tyson Fury tried to duck this fight. And Tyson Fury ain't got an honest bone in his damn body, dog. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. Terry Schmoo said Felix tripped over a girl. Oh, was it worth it? Hell no. Hell no, it ain't worth it, man. It ain't. I mean, in his mind, maybe it is. I mean, I guess he ain't got to worry about a job no more, because he's gonna be getting them state meals. He's gonna be getting federal meals forever. And it's not a federal, it's state. It's state. Isn't he in Puerto Rico? If he runs, that's 140 million. Yes, sir. Hey, man, let's get the likes, man. We got 300 people in the building this fine morning. Let's get the likes up to 300, man. And we can talk boxing for a while because it don't matter, man. Ain't nobody. I'm chilling today. I might actually watch some football, man, later on today. Try to see if I can catch a Bears game. I got lucky the last time I watched a Bears game and they actually won. So I'm thinking that maybe it's time, for me to start following the NFL again, man. I used to love football, man, until the Bears started sucking back in 1989, man, and never could get back into it, man. The Bears in Detroit? Okay, yeah, that's good. That's a good match. We can beat Detroit. We can beat Detroit. Okay, it's great. It's Green Bay to be just killing me, man. I hate that. I hate playing Green Bay because we always lose to Green Bay. Rocco Sage said, Fannon, how come Wilder costume gets stick, but Fury and AJ Rocky movie ring walk gets nothing? Well, that's because Kevin Iole and them dudes lied on Deontay Wilder. Or put a little gas on something that he said by claiming that he blamed that loss on the suit. And he said that his legs were gone and he didn't understand why his legs were gone. So after that, they just were ridiculed. That was the first thing that they ridiculed Deontay Wilder about because they're racists. That's my take on it. And I could be wrong. I don't think I am. But, they want to flush Deontay Wilder down the toilet. And that's what they did. So they put all that stuff on Deontay Wilder. Oh yeah, crackhead Fury, man. He said, my man ATL said, hopefully my Falcons can break even today. Oh, whether they get that to 50%, man, I ain't pay. He said the Bears coach is a punk though. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, I know almost nothing about the Bears, man. Almost nothing, man. I've been paying so little attention to them because it's so sad, man. Deuce killed it. Porter, Crawford, who you got? I got Crawford. I'll go with the favorite. Terrence Crawford. I think he'll pull it out, but I think that it's going to be a good fight. And I wouldn't be totally shocked if Sean Porter won, man. But on the real, Terrence Crawford, man, needs more. Terrence Crawford is the best fighter, number one pound for pound fighter in the world in my book. I think he deserves a title, and I think that they're doing him wrong. They're doing him wrong the way that they're doing him over there in Ring Magazine and ESPN. So, they got him down. Man, Ring Magazine actually has Terrence Crawford number 4. Number 4. Behind Monster Inoue. What in the Monster Inoue, Usyk, and Canelo? Like, man, get out of here, man. Hey, get out of here, man. King Ray, Michael Ray said you got an exciting young quarterback in Chicago, but questionable. Is it the redheaded dude you talking about, or is it the guy that came off the bench and won the game, little dude? Michael said better than Canelo. JK, we're not counting fighters that are juicing. Yeah, if your fighter's juicing, he's not in the run. And that's the problem with Canelo. Canelo Alvarez got caught juicing. And as long as Canelo Alvarez is juicing, that's what you're going to get, dog. You're not going to get anything out of me other than Canelo Alvarez juice, and it's a shame because I love Canelo Alvarez as a fighter, man. Night Train said, "What's good, Fannon? My government is is Blackwell also. I have a niece named Alana Blackwell, college basketball player. Have highlights on YouTube. Check it out for sure, man. That's what's up. Will do, man. Who ain't fought nobody in 5 years? Canelo or Terrence Crawford? Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough on Terrence, but you know, I'm willing to forgive him because he got me $50 because he earned me $50. He earned me $50, so I'm willing to let him slide a little bit, man. I gotta let him slide because he got me some dough. So once you give me a little dough, I'm okay with you, man. You know. Big Country Howard said, "Man, salute my brother Wilder, Crawford, Helenius. My picks: Wilder, Crawford, and Helenius. What do you mean? You talking about Helenius over to beat what's his name? Kwanaki? Man, that's a hell of a card. But if you're talking about that, I'm impressed. Number one, that you would bring up Adam Kwanaki losing to Helenius again. I'm looking forward to that fight. I'm looking forward to that whole card, man. That's just, I can actually call that card on the channel because it's no boring fights. All of the fights are fights I'm looking forward to see, man. It's going to be worth the money. That's the first pay-per-view. That's going to be a pay-per-view card that's actually worth the money. You heard Canelo is open to fighting Jake Paul in the future. Man, that's all talk. Man, he'll kill Jake Paul. Jake Paul is moving into promotions after he got hit by he got a little too close for comfort with your boy what's his name? Man, what is his Tyrone Woodley? I think he took a shot from Tyrone Woodley that might have woke him up, man. But it's only a matter of time before he messes around and gets in there with somebody that beats him up, man. That's a circus show. I really respect Clarissa Shields for saying what she said about that. But she's like, look, man, hey, don't disrespect me like that. I am not opening for no circus show. I'm a boxer. But she's got the room to say that because she actually had the support of Showtime and could headline cards. Amanda Serrano doesn't have that luxury, man. So, you know, I'm actually kind of happy with what he did with Amanda Serrano and giving Amanda Serrano some shine. You know, because, you know, without him giving her that shine, I don't really know who's really gonna big up Amanda Serrano. She'd have to go sign with Eddie Hearn and not get a Katie Taylor fight, you know, in order to really come up, man. Yeah, but if Canelo just talking about that, man, he answered that like, yeah, you never know. Man, let me tell you something, man. Jake Paul will get mopped, man. I hope he does. I hope Jake Paul messes around and goes ahead and spars the wrong dude is what I hope. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he spars the wrong dude and gets his mind corrected. Because, dude, if you're gonna make all this money at a certain point in time and talk all this smack, and start trying to make what you do about really acting like you're a real boxer, then go on and get in there and fight. Go ahead and fight those dudes for real. Go get a young fighter, go get a young real fighter and fight them in your own weight class. Because I don't know, has he even fought anybody in his own weight class yet? I don't think he has. I don't think Jake Paul's fought anybody in his own weight class yet. Somebody the same size as him. Everybody I've seen in the ring with these dudes are a lot smaller. With the exception of when KSI fought Logan Paul. They looked like they were somewhere near the same size, you know? But I don't see anything in that, man. You know what I mean? Said no, he hasn't. Nope. Yeah, he hasn't even fought. Yeah, he haven't. Racist fans, are you kidding? What do you mean? Racist fans? There's a ton of racist boxing fans. My God, are you kidding me? Jan Van Cooperen, are you serious? There is a slew of racist boxing fans and openly racist boxing fans that will call you a monkey in a heartbeat. Are you kidding me? Like, YouTube covers up because you got wrenches and people can put you out. and you can put all kind of filters in it to keep people from saying it. The only reason you don't see the word nigger, coon, and all that stuff all through this chat is because I got all those words blocked. They can't say it. If they could say it, they'd be all in here saying it, man. I mean, I don't know if that's what you saying. That they are racist fans. Are you kidding? I ain't kidding. There's a whole lot, dog. And viciously racist too at that. Hold on one second. Man, TJ Boxing and Sports says, salute to the OG Fannon. Great content, great channel of content. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. B-Boy Pop 97 said, racist fans watching Fannon right now. You know they do. Dude, I mean, look, and I'm not talking like the boxing commissions, you can put some money on them. Like, and you could have some doubt about that. But when somebody just says, go back to Africa, you monkey Negro, that's what I'm talking about. If we did not have filters on this stuff, the same fans that want to act like they're biased would straight up call you that, without a doubt, because they did it for years and years, man. Did it over on Eastside Boxing. They did it on Eastside Boxing's chat. They did it in Max Boxing's chat. Whenever I would go to a chat and try to start a conversation and support Floyd Mayweather Jr. like in the early 2000s, that's all you got. Go back to Africa, monkey. That shit. It would be a whole bunch of people talking like that, man. And I'm telling you, Steve Kim and Dougie Fisher and all them never cleaned out never moderated their chat, dog. It was crazy, man. No moderation of their chat whatsoever. Ancient Mirror said the majority of us not even from Africa. Yeah, man, they don't care, man. It's just, something to say to create some type of discord in people, man. Unadulterated Truth said Tyrone Woodley had a chance to KO Paul, but did not. I think he was hoping to make some more money in the rematch, but so far Paul is ignoring him. Yeah, he's not getting it back in there with that guy. It's a real fighter. He may not be a real fighter. He may not be a real boxer, but he's a real fighter. And I'm telling you, they're gonna screw around and get in there with a real fighter, and that switches over the box and bust you up, man. So there are a few channels that harbor them. So if the trolls are not there, they are gathering at the channels that host them and allow that nonsense. Yeah, and it's pretty much, I think the ones that harbor them are the ones that don't have moderators and are just want anybody to be in there and talk boxing with them, man. I mean, this channel is fortunate that, we got a bunch of people that always come by to chat. So we're not really starving for people to have conversations with. So there ain't no real reason to let them guys stick around, man. And plus, if you let those guys stick around, you're going to lose a lot of people that really want to talk boxing. That's it. Let me check the likes though. I know you be chinsing me on my likes, man. Look, we got 350 people in the building. 100 and what time? It said 20 minutes ago. This started 40 minutes ago. Yeah, man, let's get the likes over 300, man. Said 95% Latinos, fanatics are racist like Hey, I will tell you, man, they don't got no problem. I don't know. It's tough for me to say that. I would trust a Latino to tell that, but I'll tell you this. There are white Latinos. And they got some Uncle Tom Latinos for certain, dog. Man, Jay Real Live and joining the channel, man. Thank you, man. I thank you so for the support and for the members, and thank you for the support in the super chats, man. It really does mean a lot, man. Ex-Muslim Ty said, why you hate Fury? Because he's a cheater. Because he's a cheater. Because he's a steroid user. Because he got in there with loaded gloves. He lied about. He tried to get out of the rematch. He tried to get out of the rematch by claiming the contract expired. Then he postponed the rematch. To the fight by lying about COVID. All of that. You pick a reason, man. But I'm going to tell you, I don't hate him. But he's what he is, man. And I'm going to say he is what he is. And it don't matter what happens next Saturday. He still is what he is, man. You know what I mean? He is what he is, man. He said, I'm Latino, and there are a lot that want to believe Canelo and Virgil Ortiz ain't on that BS. I haven't heard about Virgil Ortiz. Like, that's like, I'm going to give Virgil Ortiz credit. Like, I think Virgil Ortiz is a real fighter. So I'm not going to put that on Virgil Ortiz yet. I hope Virgil Ortiz ain't on it. But Virgil Ortiz ain't pop dirty yet. So as long as he's not pop dirty, he doesn't look obviously like he's on juice. Not obvious. He's a big, strong kid now. He's a big, strong kid. Big, strong kid, but I don't know that dude's on juice. He looks like he could be at 160, and it's just early in his career. So I'm not going to put that on. I'm not going to put that on Virgil Ortiz. I'm not putting it on like Edwin Berlanga. You know, I'm not going to put it on those dudes, man. Like, I'm not putting it on Teofimo Lopez. If I'm not going to put it on anybody until they got caught, man. Once they get caught, then it's what it is. You got caught, man. There ain't no way out of it. Oscar Valdez, you got caught. Canelo Alvarez got caught. It is what it is. It's, you know, and it's not going to go anywhere from there. They're stuck there. Flu Klux Klan said the Mexican beef in it. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Said Leo Santa Cruz is low-key a brother. He messes with us and never heard him talk down. No, he's good people. I think Leo Santa Cruz people, good people. Abner Mars are good people. You know, Mikey and them, I got to question a little bit, but that may be the competitive nature getting the best of them. But I don't really care, man. Seriously, Mexicans being racist or saying something about, man, that shit don't bother me at all. Like, I can't even muster animosity about that. Like a Mexican could call me a nigga straight to my face, and I would be like, man, I would behave like white people behave when you call them honkies. Have you ever seen a black person call a white person a honky or something like that? Trust me, they don't care. They'll be like, ha ha ha, what'd you call me? Because when I was a kid, I grew up all around white people. And they used to call me all kind of racial slurs. And maybe twice I tried to call them a racial slur back. And man, I'm telling you, they bust into laughter. Like, no offense. They didn't take any offense. They just thought it was hilarious. Like, dude, because they're like, dude, you can't insult me. I'm white. I truly think I'm better than you. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't do anything to them. So I never did it again. I ain't waste my time. So that's the feeling that I get when like a Mexican will call me that. Be like, man, you got to be kidding me. Like, what do I care? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't no better than me. You got your grandparents or parents were picking strawberries, getting called wetbacks and all kind of other shit from white people, man. Get out of here. The same people that were talking bad about me talk just as bad about you. And don't you think for 1 second they talk any less bad about you than they do about black people. Equally bad. So whatever, dog. It never faded me, man. It never phases me when they do that. So I just don't care. You know what I mean? I just don't even get how anybody can be insulted by it. Really, that shit is like water off a duck's back to me. You know what I mean? Like, please, man. You know? Sequels at Fannon. What's good, Martin? I'm chilling, man. Just talking boxing this morning. Having a good time, man. You know what it is. Facts. Hey, white man colonizer, kill and rape my ancestors, man. You are at this point in time, you are what do you call it? Spamming the chat, man. You know what I mean? He said, ain't nothing wonderful about being white, brother. Hey, dude, life is hard for everybody. Period, dog. You know what I mean? I don't think anything. I think that dude I think he's a racist. Him, openly. That's what I think. But he don't bug me. He's whatever, man. I don't care. I haven't even heard that name you're the first person to say that dude's name in a couple years. They used to come by the chat and mention him or whatever. I went to his channel like one time to look at it, and I'm like, man, just typical skinhead type of dude. You know, whatever. You know what I mean? Nothing. I don't think any more of him than I think any other guys that put other people's names in videos for attention. You know what I mean? Robert William in the building, man. What's going on, man? You said life is hard for yeah, dude, life is hard for everybody. Even if you rich, dog, that don't get you past colon cancer and all kind of other shit, having family die, all that stuff, man. Life is hard on everybody, man. It ain't no cakewalk for anybody, you know? So he said, we all brothers and sisters under the Lord. That's the truth. You know what I mean? I got no animosity for white people because they're white. I ain't got no animosity for Latinos because they're Latinos, Asian, whatever, man. My only thing is, man, just leave me alone with all that crap. You know, please leave me alone with all that crap. And if you are that way and you're trying to mistreat black fighters, I'm going to say it. Because that's what they do. Like, you can't tell me Kevin Iole ain't funny in the dome. Just can't. It's the way he behaves, man. You know what I mean? He said, life is pain. Isn't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't it? Like, don't sit around wasting your time, man. Don't sit around. Said, even if you're rich, it is. Even if you're rich, shit. Go back. Even if you're rich, you might not have to worry about food, housing, all that other stuff. Dog, you got worries now. You know what I mean? You got worries. You got stresses for sure. You know, I don't think anybody's getting out this mug easy. You know, I wish it was the case, but it's not the case. You know what I mean? See, that's me. We all human, and that's that. Look at the inside, not the out. Yeah, pretty much, man. It's how you treat me. How am I going to treat you? How do I treat you? How do you treat me? And not to disrespect people and not, you know, cause people unnecessary problems, man. You know, and most of those people that are running around saying those words don't like themselves very much and are just looking for somebody to abuse. Because at the end of the day, they're just abusing people. You know, you're just throwing a bunch of crap out there trying to make people look bad, man. What's going on, man? Musa Hamka in the building. What's going on, man? He said, bye. I'll holler at you, man. Louis John the Fifth said, you got $1 million, you got 1 million headaches. Exactly, man. But I'll take the 1 million headaches. I'll put it, hey, but having money is better than not. That is for sure. There are certain type of problems that I don't want nowhere near around me. He said, yeah, get them likes. Man, look, man, we got 400 people in the building, 200 likes, man. Come on, man, let's get the likes up, man. You know, Bill Locker said, salute from PA, Pittsburgh, PA. Forget your favorite. Does not have to be the best. One of my favorite fighters was Terry Norris and Jimmy Thunder. Yeah, I like Jimmy Thunder, man. Jimmy Thunder, you talk about that heavyweight, like the Islander heavyweight? Yeah, Jimmy Thunder, man. He said, I love Norris. Couldn't stand Thunder. I remember him, man. He said, Olivo said, I've been homeless. I'll take the money. You got that shit right. Hey, I'd rather have problems that do not include me not having money now. Yeah, No, that shit is real problems, though. Nah, man. Gotta take care. You gotta have that, man. Gotta have that. You know what I mean? Said, nah, bro, some of these actors deserve to be disrespected. Well, knock yourself out, man. I don't mind you hey, that's not me. All I'm telling you is that for me, personally, just leave me alone, man. You know, just leave me alone, man. But don't deny that racism exists. That's something that you just don't act like it's not there. Because it is definitely there. 100%, without a doubt, all day long, it's there. And people will put that stuff on black people, and they do it a lot. So, and then other people try to act like because some of these people, like a lot of Latinos are black people. A lot of Latinos are black people. And they try to act like, oh, don't blow our cover type people. You know what I mean? We see it. They said, bang it, Jew, get your money up. Hey, Blue Garden said, what do you think about Thriller backing out of Lopez? I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious that they backed out of that fight. Because I'm telling you, Teofimo Lopez, I think that who does it fall back to? It falls back to DAZN and Eddie Hearn. I think Eddie Hearn's going to let that fight slide because it can't sell tickets, man. You know what I mean? I don't think dude, they thought that Teofimo Lopez was some big star, man. I think that is the biggest thing behind this. is that Teofimo Lopez cannot sell tickets, man. And it tells you, man, they jumped the gun on Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is not an established star, man. Even though he beat Vasily Lomachenko. That was just they didn't know what they were getting into. You know, and then Teofimo Lopez getting sick or not getting sick, whatever it is that people think, you know, whatever people think happened. You know, he said we got J-Lo. Nah, man. Yeah, J-Lo a phony singer. J-Lo sucks, man. J-Lo was like, I don't get it. When J-Lo was young, I was like, oh yeah, J-Lo was really nice. Look, J-Lo just like, I don't get it now, man. I got no feel for J-Lo because she's not that talented, you know? Anyway, but I don't mind it, man. I really hope they wind up having a rematch with Vasily Lomachenko. That's the fight for Teofimo Lopez that I want to see. Is the rematch with Lomachenko. That would have led to him being a star quicker than these guys trying to say they're stars on the internet. We got a bunch of guys self-proclaimed superstars. Rolly Romero is a self-proclaimed superstar. Teofimo Lopez is a self-proclaimed superstar. That's where I get with these guys, man. Only the Funk, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you for the support, man. Only the Funk said, peace, Fannon. Do you think Fury tried to get a reaction out of Wilder saying, let's see that punching power at the press conference? I can navigate rich problems any day, my brother. Absolutely. Whew. You can navigate it, but they can be painful, man. Don't lunch. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying rich problems. I'm saying that rich people have problems, right? You know, but money can help you handle the problems that you have for sure. Like sick children, sick parents, you know, you getting sick, things like that. You know what I mean? It can help you. And I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying that life is not easy. And I don't think life is really easy for anybody, man. And if people are saying they're easy, their life is easy, more than likely they're selling you something. Because I don't know anybody who's just got an easy life, man. Real easy life. Some people got some ridiculously hard lives, you know, but, you know, it is what it is, man. My man said, hold on, man. Let me make sure I got that. He said, do you think Fury tried to get a reaction of Wilder saying, let's see that punching power? Of course he did. Of course he did. And he already knows the punching power is there, man. But I'm hoping this happened, man. This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Tyson Fury really doesn't think Deontay Wilder his water was tampered with, and that Deontay Wilder's water was actually tampered with. I hope that that's what he thinks he's going to see again, and he gets something completely different because nobody told him. I think it's possible that people could have done that to his water without telling Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury himself didn't do the water. Somebody else did. You know what I mean? And they could have been having plausible deniability with Tyson Fury and not telling Tyson Fury what the deal was, you know? That's what I hope. You know, anyway it goes, man. I just want to see the dude lose. But at the same time, man, you know, it is what it is. We're going to see what happens in the boxing match. And, you know, it is what it is, man. But yeah, absolutely. I think he's trying to get a reaction out of him, man. ATL Unanimous Boxing Sports said, who do you see beating Jaron Ennis? Nobody. I don't see anybody beating Jaron Ennis. Errol Spence for right now, but after that, nobody. I think there's a potential. The more I see the kid down there at 140 pounds, Antoine Russell, it looks like he's somebody that they could give him a good fight. Very, very good fighter down there, man, at 140 pounds. And you know who we got to see more out of, and hopefully he doesn't get blackballed. Quiet is kept. All those guys down there at 140 need to be worried about that dude. Because I'm telling you, man, Teofimo Lopez, I take Gary Antoine Russell over Teofimo Lopez from what I've seen. I think he's a better all-around fighter than Teofimo Lopez. Gary Antoine Russell. And no joke, Ryan Garcia, I don't see Ryan Garcia beating him. And yeah, Devin Haney, that's going to be a very tough fight for him, man. He's one of those guys not a lot of people are talking about. But, Gary Antoine Russell's the truth, man. That dude's the truth. Yeah, Jaron Ennis is a beast. Chris Colbert is like that. That's what I'm saying. These guys do a lot of this talking about them being stars, man, and they ain't proved that they're the best fighters yet. You know what I mean? They ain't even proved it yet. Michael Kirkland in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, man. He said, when was the last time blacks needed a win for us like we need Wilder to win versus Fury? Never. And Michael Kirkland, I would advise that you don't have that mentality. We don't need a fight. We don't need Deontay Wilder to win in order for black people like we need it as black people. I don't think that's the case, dog. We got plenty of black champions. What we need is Deontay Wilder to win for Deontay Wilder in fairness in boxing. That's what I think why Deontay Wilder needs to win, because I don't see Tyson Fury as being anything different than Oscar Valdez. I don't see a nickel's worth of difference between Oscar Valdez and Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury had beaten if Tyson Fury had beaten Deontay Wilder and he had beaten Deontay Wilder with no funny gloves, he wasn't on steroids, he's just a better fighter, so be it. We got a ton of fighters. You know what I mean? For real, we got a ton of fighters. We got a ton of fighters at welterweight. We got fighters at junior welterweight. We got fighters at lightweight. We got other young heavyweights coming up. As long as those heavyweights and these fighters get opportunities to fight for the best, that's all we need. And he didn't beat him 2 times. He beat him once. The first one was a draw, and I think Deontay Wilder won the first fight. I ain't going with all. You guys just keep repeating that. That is what you call propaganda when you keep saying he beat him 2 times. He didn't beat him 2 times. The first one was a draw because Tyson Fury got knocked on his ass in the 12th round and was fortunate to be allowed to get up. Just like there was a second fight because Tyson Fury got his eye opened up and was allowed to continue to fight. Tyson Fury got a lot of privileges allowed to be where he is right now. He said we got them fighters. Yeah, man, we got fighters for days. I ain't never gonna get with that. No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to win. But no, man, we keep fighters, dog. They always act like that, and then they lose their champions. Deontay, that's what they were saying 2 years ago. Made to last. You lost me, bro. How did I lose you? I don't get it. Let me know how I lost you. I can't respond to that. Unless you tell me how I lost you. You tell me how I lost you, and then I can react to that. By the way, though, you lost me because I know we ain't got 300 likes, man. Hit that likes, man. Hit the likes button. Hit the like button, man. Yeah, I mean, I thought he won. I watched the fight again. I thought he won. However, if it was a draw, I could take a draw because, different people have different people think differently, see different things. And two people can score the same fight, see the same thing and score the fight differently. You know what I mean? Fannon, Sugar Hill might be juicing Fury. Hey man, I don't know. I don't think he needs them to be juicing. He was juicing before he ever met. Well, not before he met him. Yeah, probably before he met him, though. Tyson Fury probably been juicing his whole career, man. But stamina, all that shit to keep him in shape, all that. I wish there was 12-round fights, and he fights bums, too. It's going to be interesting to see, man. Michael Kirkland said they still promote Fury even with the cheating. They don't even mention it in the mainstream media. Of course not. They don't mention it for Canelo. They don't mention it for a lot of people, man. The mainstream media is promoting the fight. Real researchers and things like people who are researching boxing, there's not a lot. That is on YouTube. Right? If you want to know like who's doing the journalism, like who's actually going out there trying to figure out what happened and reporting on what happened, that's not Steve Kim and Ring Magazine. They're not in that. What they're doing is they are hyping the fights. They're selling the fights, working with the promoters to hype the fights. They're reporting on the press releases. That's their job, man. You know what I mean? They work for ESPN. They work for Ring Magazine. That's not their job. Their job is to tell you how great a fighter the ESPN fighters are, and that's why you see the promotion. That's why you see the promotion like that for Tyson Fury. Ock said, "How does a guy get knocked down twice and win without ever knocking down his opponent? Scorecards. And for the life of me, I thought he got knocked down 3 times. I cannot find it in the fight. I cannot find that slip in that fight for nothing, man." That's not a casual. It's nothing casual about that. That's reasonable. You got dropped twice. It's 4 rounds. If you lose, but you got to understand, they give Tyson Fury every other round. That's how those guys think. And Tyson Fury was losing. There are a bunch of rounds Tyson Fury didn't do anything, but yet they gave him the round. Just, because they were going with the flow. That's what I think. Bumpy Thompson in the building? Hold on, man. Don't make me happy, man. Is Bumpy Thompson in the building? Man, Bumpy Thompson's in the building, man. What's going on, Bumpy? Hold on. That's a dude. Let me get you your wrench back, Bumpy. Hold on, man. Bumpy, make sure. Okay. I got Bumpy got his wrench, man. Cool. That's what's up, man. Cool. What's going on, Bumpy Thompson? Who is the biggest cheater in boxing history? They say it's a guy named Fritz Zivic. Tyson Fury is up there. Fritzy Zivic, Tyson Fury, Antonio Margarito. Modern history, Antonio Margarito, Tyson Fury. What's that guy's name, man? The Polish guy, man. That fought Riddick Bowe and would punch you in the nuts in a second. God, what is his name, man? It's a heavyweight. What is his name? Somebody put the heavyweight. You know what I'm talking about, man. He's a Polish heavyweight that fought Riddick Bowe, and he got disqualified because he literally punched Riddick Bowe in the nuts like hard, 6-7 times, and they had to call the fight off. Him. And Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has been caught off the tapes, off the Deontay Wilder fight. Oh my, Andrew Galata, exactly. Thank you, man. I was misplacing his name. Yeah, Andrew Galata, Tyson Fury, Luis Resto, Panama Lewis, Antonio Margarito. Those are the guys that come to mind when you talk about cheating. But back in the day, Fritzy Zivic. And Fritzy Zivic is celebrated as a dirty fighter. Right? People are amazed by the intensity of his cheating. Also, another guy was Sandy Sadler. Sandy Sadler got a reputation for being real. Sandy Sadler had a reputation for being kind of dirty too in those fights with Willie Pep. And then was doing Willie Pep so dirty that Willie Pep just said fuck it and got super dirty with him in that last fight. So Sandy Sadler had a rep for that as well, man. I'm going to tell you who's the best at fighting dirty. Who doesn't have a borderline fighter? Bernard Hopkins. But Bernard Hopkins ain't a cheater. Bernard Hopkins just walks that line, dog. Bernard Hopkins was a rough fighter, dude. Sean Porter's a dirty fighter too. He hasn't been as dirty. Sean Porter hasn't been as dirty lately as he had been before. But don't lunch on him, man. That was a dirty fighter, dog. Hell yeah, Holyfield with the headbutts. Oh yeah, Holyfield was something. Holyfield was something for sure, Jess Willard claims that Dempsey beat him with loaded gloves. Hey, man, it looked like it because he was hurting him with everything, man. I wouldn't doubt it, man. Yeah, people said he had loaded gloves against Jess Willard. That's what the saying is. And then he only fought once every couple years after that, after he got super paid. Jack Dempsey made a whole lot of money back in the day, man. A whole lot of money back in the day. Hey, was Galata betting on his opponents and backing on the disqualification? I don't know, man. I think Andrew Galata's just crazy, man. Andrew Galata he just wasn't right in the head, man. That's what I think. And when push came to shove, he was just gonna hit you. He's gonna do what he had to do to keep you off of him, man. But what he did to Riddick Bowe, that was it was really, really over the top, man. How he cheated Riddick Bowe. Devin Henrik said, Deontay Wilder needs to send Tyson Fury to paradise. What if this really happens? It would be sad. You know, I wouldn't. Tyson Fury doesn't deserve to die, man. You know, he doesn't deserve to die. Even though what he does in the ring puts other people at risk of death, right? And he don't care. He don't deserve. I wouldn't wish that on him. I just wish I wish a broken jaw, maybe a broken jaw, a broken rib, something like that. You know what I mean? A torn ACL, something like that to happen to him in the fight. Like something where it's not fair. Like I do believe Tyson Fury should be in a fight where the other guy cheats him. And cheats him badly. Because that's what Tyson Fury does. And he's done it throughout his career. And I wouldn't mind at all, you know? But I don't ever wish death on the man. No, man, he's got a family, you know what I mean? And it's not, and quiet as kept, it's not that serious. Because Deontay Wilder made $50-60 million. You know what I mean? Like, even with this stuff where people are like, Deontay Wilder needs, man, Deontay Wilder's made you know how much money that man's made? Like, for real. Like, we were talking about problems, you know what I mean, that people got. Deontay Wilder ain't got money problems. He has made a shitload of dough. And that's one of the things he was trying to secure, and he has secured that. So, you know what I mean? My hat goes on. I mean, Deontay Wilder in a lot of ways comes out like, when you take the media out of it, dude came out ahead like a champ. Because Anthony Joshua was never going to give him the chance to make the money. You know, if the media would have never given him a chance to make the money. And with the Luis Ortiz fights and the Tyson Fury fights, he's had a chance to make a lot of money. And that is something that that's probably the most important thing for real for Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder's career is already set. And these guys can say what they want. His career is already set. That dude has already had 10 successful title defenses of a major championship belt. He's a champion for 5 years. The guy's had over 40 professional fights. He's an Olympic bronze. He's an Olympic bronze medalist. That dude needs to go to that. That dude, if it isn't for the crackpots that are voting, holding something against him, dog, come on, man. How many dudes? If he knew his career was going to be like it was when he got into his career, he has absolutely got to call himself an overachiever. A massive overachiever, and ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? How much you think he made in 10 title defenses, in title fights? I don't know, $70 million? Something like that? A lot? Over $50 million? And let me tell you something. Please do not talk to me like you're AJ. Okay? Don't talk to me like you're AJ. Don't talk to me like you're Bill Gates or somebody like that snubs their nose at $50 million. Okay? Please don't do that. He's made enough money where he never has to work again. He does not have to worry about paying bills. He doesn't got to worry about feeding himself. He ain't got to worry about paying for his health insurance. He ain't got any of those problems. There you go. That's how much money I think he's made in his career. Enough to not have to worry about nothing. Yeah, he took a dive, all right. He took a dive right onto that right hand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He said, I love his humility. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, look, man, Deontay Wilder is set. I ain't crying no tears for a dude that has been that successful in the face of all of you talking bad about him. And here's the thing. He even won the last fight. He won the most important fight against Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury tried to screw him over on the money. Because Tyson Fury tried to run away and screw him on the money and not give him the third fight. Tried to screw that man out of that money. You know, all the money he's making in this fight, Tyson Fury tried to keep him from getting it. Man, get out of here. Alexander Usyk proved we don't need no Bridgerweights. That's what I know. Alexander Usyk, he can possibly be the best heavyweight. But man, he proved we don't need no Bridgerweights. For sure proved we don't need no Bridgerweights. Y'all can kick rocks on all that Bridgerweight stuff. You know? That's what Mike Tyson thought. Mike Tyson spent all his money. And by the way, and check this out. Mike Tyson ain't never been broke. Mike Tyson may not have been as rich as Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is, there ain't been a day since the 80s, that dude ain't been a millionaire, man. Mike Tyson ain't struggling at all. Mike Tyson is a very, very rich man. Mike Tyson blew hundreds of millions of dollars, and guess what? Mike Tyson got that money back. Mike Tyson is doing very, very well, very wealthy man, dude. Mike Tyson ain't hungry at all, man. Sugar Ray Leonard ain't hungry. Thomas Hitman Hearn ain't hungry. You know, but anyway, you know, if we want to call guys failures that aren't, man. Say, what is a Bridgerweight? Exactly, dog. I'm sorry for mentioning it. Hey, man, let me check my likes, man. Will y'all hit the like button, man? Come on. We got 419 people in the building. We got 274 likes, man. Come on, man. Hit the like button, man. It'd be greatly appreciated, man. Said Tyson was a millionaire when he was broke. Exactly, dog. He just wasn't sitting on $100 million. He's sitting on 6 or 7. You know, I'm just sitting on 6. He's sitting on 6 or 7. You know what I mean? And he always has the potential to make that money. The camera went off in Fury's dressing room for the second fight. Of course, man. Look, dude, there ain't no doubt he cheated. There ain't no doubt that man cheated, man. No doubt that man cheated, man. He said, I heard Mike Tyson working 2021 at KFC. All right, X, you got one more of those, dog, and I know you got to lead a conversation. Okay? I've been watching you. We really like intelligent conversations. If you're going to be that type of dude, dog, you got to hit the bricks, man. You know what I mean? Just, come on, man. Mike Tyson was rich people broke. Exactly, man. Mike Tyson ain't broke, man. Mike Tyson ain't broken. Mike Tyson's doing very well, but Deontay Wilder don't spend money like that. Deontay Wilder's living in, I think he might have a couple spots. He probably does have a house somewhere, a residency somewhere other than Alabama. But dude seems like he's you don't see him doing stupid stuff with money, like having like $1 million laying out on the table. His jewelry and cars are reasonable. You know what I mean? I saw I seen him like maybe like 1 or 2 reasonably priced cars, you know, nice cars now. But, you know, he ain't sitting there like with 30 cars like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and doing all that stuff, man. Seems like he's a reasonable dude, man. And at least I hope so. You know what I mean? That's on him. I mean, you know, it is what it is, man. I hope he is, but that's not my concern. I know this, that if it wasn't for the Tyson Fury fights and the Luis Ortiz fights, Eddie Hearn wasn't trying to let him get his paydays. Eddie Hearn was doing everything that he could do to keep him away from major paydays. You know what I mean? You know, that's what I've seen. Wilder's got many houses all over America, multiple investments. He's a sensible man who's building generational wealth. He's good. The amount of land he owns, crazy. Well, that's what's up, man. Good for him. You know, but he seems like a reasonable dude, man. Yeah, he's not exactly like no $18 million watches and stuff like that. But Floyd really, I don't know if all that stuff's true with Floyd. You know what I mean? Like Floyd could be pulling the wolves over people's eyes with some of that stuff too, man. But you know, it is what it is, man. But that dude made $500 million, so you know he could take the diamonds out of that watch and sell them. Hopefully the $18 million watch got $16 million worth of diamonds in it that he can pluck out and sell if he needed to. But all of that stuff doesn't make any sense, man. Oh, good question, man. I like this. I like that, man. Said Fannon, who are the Charlo's next fights? Do you know? We don't know, but I think that the likelihood of a Canelo Alvarez fight has gone up. That's what I'm hoping. I think the likelihood of a Canelo Alvarez fight went up because Canelo's probably going to be staying with the PBC. He's a free agent, but you know, a free agent with limited options. You know what I'm saying? He's a 1099 employment. He's going to be a lifelong 1099 to PBC is from what I can see. And he said that he wants to fight till he's 36. So he wants to fight. What is that? Another 4 or 5 years. 5 years? Is he 30? So he said he wants to fight like another 6 years. Man, what's Terrence Bailey in the building, man? What's going on, man? Shout out to my man. And I got to make sure, let me see that you got your wrench, man. On the mic with Terrence Bailey, man. I was thinking about you, man. Pause, type of thing. But I've been good, man. I can't complain about nothing, man. How's everything, man? Shout out to the great Frederick Douglass. All of that good stuff. But I've been good, man. I got early shows, so a lot of people can't make my show because they're like 8 a.m. during the week. But I'm good, man. I can't complain about anything, man. Deborah Booker said nobody in boxing will make as much money as Floyd. Floyd money, pretty boy, flat facts. I don't know. I think there will be. Eventually there will be. Everybody, I mean, why not? As soon as somebody establishes themselves as being a big star, and I think that they will. Everybody, I mean, somebody would say, nobody will ever make as much money as Ali. Or then nobody will make as much money as Tyson, right? Nobody will make, somebody will. When they really get a heavyweight champion, it's the real heavyweight champion, and they don't have all this crap going on in the heavyweight division. I think that the next real, if they could make all of these heavyweight guys fight, and they didn't have guys like Eddie Hearn involved trying to matchmake and trying to name who the guy is at the top, I absolutely think it could have been that way. Anthony Joshua had a lot of momentum that he could have shared, that could have been capitalized on by somebody, but Eddie Hearn didn't want that to be the case. Eddie Hearn wanted it all in-house, and Pop went AJ. So Pop goes AJ, Pop goes all the momentum in the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury ain't no big star, man. So, and I'm telling you, if anybody's money is exaggerated, it's Tyson Fury's. Tyson Fury is a dude that is some overrated money right there. That's overrated right there. Man, Bumpy Thompson in the building, man. It's always good to see Bumpy Thompson, man. Thought he might have scooted off all the dumb shit, but good to see you, man. Donald Alford said, do you think Floyd Mayweather and De La Hoya are going to head this way? Do you think this is going to happen? No. I don't think it's going to happen. They're both gone. They're both absolutely gone, man. I don't want to see the fight, but if they make it, it'll probably do well. It's not going to do as well as they think it's going to do, though. I don't think it's a $100 million fight. I don't think it's a $100 million fight. I think the only way that Floyd is going to make that type of thing is if he comes back and fights a real fighter. Like if he comes back and fights Errol Spence, I think they could do that. You know what I mean? Oh, also, that's somebody that really could do that. If Canelo Alvarez would fight all the guys at 160, I think that they may be able to get up there, man. But, that just goes to show you that Canelo Alvarez might be the biggest money maker in boxing right now, but he's not like historically speaking, he's not a huge fighter historically speaking. You know what I mean? He's not. And he made a lot of money off because DAZN took that gamble on him. But if he was doing pay-per-views, if Canelo had to do pay-per-views to get his money, we would be getting better competition out of Canelo. Let's put it. That's why I'm hopeful when somebody asks, who's next for the Charlos. That's why I think that there's a good chance for the Canelo Charlo fight, because I don't think anybody's going to be handing out that type of money to Canelo anymore, man. That's what I see. Much love in the A, man. Thank everybody for getting the likes up, man. We got 400 people in the building. Let's get them likes up, man. Over 400. That's what Abdul Geesey said. I think Wilder learned a lot this time around. The head movement and the body shots. He's definitely going to come. I think he's going to come in there with a different approach. And dude, I think the biggest risk in this fight, man. My Terrence Way said, I appreciate the rent, Fannon. Thank you, man. Hey, man, my problem, man. No problem, man. John Sweet said, I can't believe you put me on timeout. I didn't put you on timeout. And I don't know what you're saying, man. Preacher telling the truth and it hurts. What'd you say to get put out on timeout? Don't time out John Suits. John Suits unless, he's talking about something crazy. The Riggs Boxing Network said, great channel, bro. Thank you. I appreciate content, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. Ife Agagbe is the next dominant heavyweight, man. Ife Agagbe is about to lose this set. Ife Agagbe about to lose next week. That's what I think. I think Ife Agagbe is about to lose. I don't see him beating France. He got to get a knockout to beat Sanchez. Sanchez is a good fighter, man. Ife Agagbe is a very strong fighter, but I'm leaning toward Sanchez. I think Sanchez is a better fighter. He's a smaller fighter, but I think he's a better fighter. And if he can stay away from that right hand on Agagbe, I see him winning that fight. The best fighter on that card that I'm looking forward to is Jared Anderson. Even though he's with Top Rank, I think Jared Anderson is the truth, man. Said Frank Sanchez is no joke. Yeah, man. Frank said that's a real fight, man. And I see him beating a Agagbe. I could be wrong, man. Big Baby Davis will walk in Wilder's laid path. Big Baby Davis, what is it? Big Baby Davis? Is he gonna fight anymore? Is Big Baby Miller? Who's Big Baby Davis? Yeah, I don't even know who's Big Baby Davis. I know you got Big Baby Jared Miller, Big Baby Miller. You got Big Baby Anderson. Who's Big Baby Davis? I don't know who Big Baby Davis is. Jared Anderson could beat anyone except Wilder now. Hey, man. And it's gonna be tough for him to get a fight. Telling you. It's gonna be tough for him to get a fight. Oh, Big Baby. Oh, yeah. I was like, who is Big Baby Davis? Oh, him, man. He'd have made a good boxer. He's about the right size for him. That's a huge dude, man. Big Baby Davis, and a really, really good athlete, man. Kimber 4509 said, Fannon, you think Wilder may come in the next week's fight too anxious and walk into something? No. As long as that dude ain't got loaded gloves, I ain't worried about that. As long as Tyson Fury has gloves on his hands, legitimate padded gloves on his hands, I ain't worried about it. The gloves, I've seen enough of those gloves. No. Tyson Fury was landed flush shots on Deontay Wilder in the first fight, and they didn't do nothing. They didn't do anything. Deontay Wilder in the second fight, dude, I think there was something wrong with him and something wrong with those gloves on Tyson Fury. And Tyson Fury was hitting him with them gloves and weren't. Man, this crap was it's just ridiculous the cheating that dude was doing, man. Heck yeah, man. He said, hey, man, hit that bomb, hit the like bomb squad if you want to be put on timeout. If you don't want to be put on timeout, man. Yeah, man, hit the like button, man. That's hilarious. Dr. Umar Johnson versus Mike Tyson. Who you like? Honestly, man, I don't like either one of them, dog. I ain't a fan. I'm not a fan of. I don't have a problem with Dr. Umar Johnson, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson, I wouldn't call myself a fan of Mike Tyson. I was a fan of Mike Tyson, but I'm not really a fan of Mike Tyson. But in a fight, Mike Tyson will bop that dude. You ain't want no smoke with Mike in no real fight, man. I'm telling you. Mike Tyson is a different type of big guy. And he ain't that old, okay? Who is he, like 56? Is he 50? Was he like 55, 56? Man, I saw Mike Tyson back in the 90s. Let me assure you, that is a different type of big-ass man. Like, I've seen guys that are bigger, but I haven't seen a lot of guys more imposing than him, man. That dude is solid. Like, his bones look huge. You know what I mean? Like his head looks huge. That's just a huge man, dog. You don't want no smoke with that dude. You're not a regular dude. You're not hitting him with no regular nothing and causing that guy no problems, man. Michael James 616 said, damn mods, so far, can they all say the bees he wants, huh? What do you mean? Michael 616, you're not modded up, man. Let me mod you, man. Here, Michael James. What did he say? Hold on, man. I'm a moderate Michael James 616. Stop fucking with Michael James 616, man. What about Claude Anderson? I haven't listened to him a lot. I've listened to him a little bit, but I like him. You know, my guy's Neely Fuller Jr., man. Quite honestly, that's my guy. And honestly, man, for like the last year or two, like I hadn't really had the mindset in the last year to really listen to a lot of guys. You know, I probably need to get more into it, but pretty much, dog, I had some health problems, so all I really had to handle my health problems, and I had to handle boxing, and honestly, for a while, it was kind of rocky doing both of those. So just about, a month ago, man, I started getting, up and running enough where I really feel like I can start paying attention, and I got the bandwidth to do that. You know what I mean? So I'll let you know as I start listening to more Claude Anderson and listening to those kind of talks, man. Right now it seems like a lot of arguing, a lot of hoopla, Who do I think Spence fights next? Ugas. I think he'll wind up fighting Ugas. But yeah, I got a lot of respect for Claude Anderson. I do. And honestly, man, I like what's the guy's name that is always bringing him on? The guy on New Black World. Is it New Black World that called the channel, man? The doctor of the economics professor. Boyce Watkins. I like Boyce Watkins, man. I like Boyce Watkins. He's not somebody like I look up to, but Dr. Boyce Watkins is somebody I think I could have a good conversation with. You know what I mean? I like him because he's a guy that I think I could have a good conversation with. He's a very, very bright guy. I think his head is in the right place. You know what I mean? I like Boyce Watkins. But I don't have a lot of, I just haven't had a lot of space to listen to him, man. I've been trying to work on my own advancement, getting my own shit together, which we all got to do, from time to time. So it is what it is. Roy Jones was complaining about Mike Tyson's body shots. I know that. I know he was. Mike Tyson could have knocked out Roy Jones. That he was putting that on Roy Jones Jr., man. Like, Roy, you shouldn't have got in there with a dude that big. Man, Mike was beating up Roy. Roy, hey, man, I think, and on the real, I think if Mike wanted to get him out of there, I think Mike could have got him out of there. But Mike was beating that dude up, man. Mike was making up for all of that nonsense Roy used to talk back in the day. Like, you ain't no heavyweight, dog, so slow your roll. You know what I mean? Say that fight was a sham. I mean, I thought he was fighting for real. Oh, I only brought up Dr. Umar's challenge Mike Tyson to raise money for a school. He ain't got a school. He ain't been raising. Has he been having a school for like 10 years? I don't know, man. That might be like the what do you call, like the missionary fund or something at the church, man. I don't know about that, man. You should have been. Fannon, do you think companies like Triller are good for the sport of boxing? I thought they were originally, man, but they kind of went into clown land now. They're kind of it's more of a scam now. You know what I mean? Bobby Thompson said sham. It's a sham. And Umar Johnson's not 100%. Yeah, it's kind of like Louis Farrakhan's got an organization. And I know that he has an organization where he really does positively affect the lives of people, the Nation of Islam, right? So, I just don't know I don't know about a lot of those guys, man, But again, I don't pay attention to them, so I can't say one way or the other. I just, I'll listen to speeches every once in a while but there's a lot of people that are right about a lot of stuff, So, but broken clock can be right twice a day type stuff also happens. You know what I mean? Triller's funny money. Yeah, I just want that dude I hope that fight I hope that Kambosos versus Lopez doesn't happen. And what's going on, man? Levon Brooks in the building, man. What's happening with you? I hope that fight doesn't happen. And I hope he goes over to the Vasily Lomachenko fight. That's what I hope. You know what I mean? My man said, yep, 10 years. He say, yeah, Kenny, what is it? Kenny, oh, man, that's my man, yeah. He said, Yep, 10 years. It's a white elephant project. Yeah, man, that's been going on too long, dog. You know what I mean? That's been going on too long. I don't know what I can do with that, man. You know what I mean? John Seuss, man, shout out to you, man. Take care, man. It ain't nothing wrong with disagreeing, man. You know, y'all support Tyson Fury if you want, dog. I hope the guy winds up flat on his back with literally with Z's flying out of his nose, man. Which is highly likely, man. Deontay Wilder can knock that dude out, man. And if he gets the approach to get to him and he gets him clean, he gets him clean 3 times, Tyson Fury's gone. You can't steroid that chin, you know what I mean? P-Man said, what do you think about Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis? I think Ryan Garcia, the jury's out on Ryan Garcia, and Tank is the real deal. Tank, I want to see fight some black fighters. I think that his tour through South America should come to an end, and he should go right back over there to Baltimore, Detroit, the Bay. Fight a black American fighter. That's what I think. That's what I think about Gervonta Davis right now for his next fight. But I think Gervonta Davis is a top 10 pound for pound fighter. Very underrated skill set by the majority of boxing fans. And, it's what it is, man. You know what I mean? He said, don't get me started on Moist Johnson. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Michael James 616 said, thanks for the upgrade, though. Yeah, man. No worries, man. Somebody they beat you up, man. I give you a wrench so that they can't, can't beat you up too bad, man. Michael Kirkland said Tank pulling a Jack Johnson. Yeah, not giving I don't think it's him. I think it's Floyd Mayweather. It's Floyd Mayweather. It's Leonard Ellerbe, and it's the plan that they got from him. I just hope that I can stay away from being called a Gervonta Davis hater because I say it. Hopefully nobody will get on me and say, you're just a Gervonta Davis hater. I'm not a Gervonta Davis hater. I like Gervonta Davis a lot, but Gervonta Davis needs to fight a black fighter. I say the same thing. If Lomachenko can fight Richard Comey, Teofimo Lopez can fight Richard Comey, you can find a black fighter to fight. Okay. You can do it too. All right. If Jojo Diaz can fight a black fighter, you can fight a black fighter too. Okay? It's time to stop acting like you can't find a black fighter to fight, and people are supposed to care about that. It's overkill. Okay? At this point. If he does it 2 more times, dog. Fannon, can you please make a video with a boxing content creator? Punch Drunk, Aki, Blue Blood, Ego, not so much. I think y'all can reach new heights with a collab. I have collab with Blue Blood before. I'm open to it. You know what I mean? I'm open to it. Just, what it is, man. People doing their own thing, man. And I don't, it's what it is. I've done a lot of collabs, man. I'll probably get back on doing collabs before too long. I had taken a month off, from doing videos at all. So I'm getting back in the flow, I'm getting back in the flow, trying to find my niche, I was going to do so. I might do something with the Boxing Voice. The Boxing Voice invited me on the Boxing Voice. So I didn't do it because I didn't know, because sometimes, some chats, not the channels, can be kind of toxic, but, Jimmy McMiller said, Tank is probably my favorite fighter currently. Yeah, he's one of my favorite. Errol Spence Jr. is my favorite fighter currently. Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder are my favorite fighters currently. Followed by Gervonta Davis, Jaron Ennis, Guillermo Rigondeaux. But, Guillermo Rigondeaux is he's now in the you can retire mode. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to appreciate Guillermo Rigondeaux as one of my favorite fighters, but of the generation of fighters before this one. Not this one, because he's clearly not in his prime anymore, man. Fahim said, yeah, their chat is toxic as hell. Yeah, but he admits it. He's like, yeah, their chat gets real crazy. So, it's kind of like that, man. And there's a lot of gossip running around for a couple months, and I just wanted to be clear all of that stuff, man. People always trying to start stuff between people that doesn't exist. You know, my man Tyler Walker Divine said, Fannon, why does it seem like African American fight fans are the only ones that hold their fighters responsible for cheating, quality opponents, etc.? Do we have too many morals or others not enough? Well, I think great question. Great answer. Real quick, let me get to Michael Kirkland. I'm going to come right back. Do you watch Rich the Historian videos? They're great. Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I do. I watch historical videos. Absolutely. A lot of great ones. Said do one with Blue. Yeah, man. I'll do something with somebody, man. I'll do something with somebody, man. There was just a lot of drama and shit that just needed to quiet down before I start doing collabs with people. I still go to people's chats and all that, and I listen to them. But you know, a lot of haters, man. These cats, I'm telling you, man, the trolls and all that shit will go to a lot of lengths to cause problems with people, man. You know what I mean? But here's my thing. I think it's a combination of. I think for Black Americans, we'll throw a fighter under the bus in a minute. In a heartbeat, right? In a heartbeat. So now I always think we're loyal to the best fighters. But when that fighter loses, we throw him under the bus. You know what I mean? And then also, there's a lot of people who don't like arguing with white people. I'm to be very, very truthful. There's a lot of black people who do not like defending black people at all about anything. They do not want to get called. They don't want to get called names. They don't want to be that black guy. So they won't do it. They'll stay as far away from it as they can. Stay away from the drama. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Robert Williams said, Fannon, that month you took off was good. You came back strong. Thank you, man. Yeah, I did, man. I had to, dog. I had to. I was hurting. Something fierce, man. I'd gone 5 years without taking a break, too. So it was, it was important that I did that, man. Jonathan said, what do you think about Edward Berlanga? He is on the Wilder Fury undercard. I like him. And I'm glad that his knockout streak ended. That's what I think. I'm glad that his knockout streak ended. And because his knockout streak ended, now we can start seeing, he can go and get developed as a fighter. I think he's a very good fighter, but if he would have continued to have an unstopped knockout streak, I think they would have thrown him in there with somebody too early. Like Jaime Munguia. I think Jaime Munguia is a good fighter, man. But Jaime Munguia, when he beat Saddam Ali, there was a whole lot of people trying to stick him out there with everybody. And I just don't think that Jaime Munguia was a developed fighter. You know what I mean? Virgil Ortiz, I think, is further along than those guys are. So maybe pushing him a little bit more. You know what I mean? He said, yeah, facts, go along. You know what I say, man. Who did I say? Berlanga, he's a good fighter. All right, how about this? He's a developing fighter. All right, how about that? Okay? I don't think he's a poor fighter. But I support Berlanga. It may be because I met some of his people that I'm giving him a shot, but but Jim McMiller said, go along to get along. Yeah, a lot of that going on. A lot of it, man, because, dude, people care. There are a lot of black people that really they're very, very insecure in themselves. So they don't want people to believe that they are the racist and that they're racist. They take that shit seriously. They think when white people or other people call them racist, they take that shit seriously. Like it's possible. You know what I mean? Like they believe that. They listen to, like, when they invented that term race card, like they don't want to be accused of that, So it is what it is, man. It is what it is with them. That's what I see. Good people, good people, I can get along with them. I mean, I got a lot of really good friends that are like that, man. They wind up being that are black people. They support black people in a lot of different ways. But when the older they get, the more conservative their politics get, right? And the more they start looking and thinking, and they succumb to the pressure, right? I've never been radical But, I'm starting to see the point of some more conservative black people. I get what they're talking about, and how a lot of stuff is harmful to black people that we support and we call it culture, and that ain't my culture, though. Like, people call it the culture. Like, man, that's your culture. That shit ain't my culture. Okay. And I ain't got to defend it because I've been black my entire life, over 50 years. I don't have to defend bullshit. You know what I mean? That's how you were raised. That ain't how I was raised. That's your surroundings. That's not my surroundings. And it's not the surroundings I hope of my children or my grandchildren or any of that stuff. Just is what it is. But then if you don't act like that, people start trying to call you all kind of other names when you think that being black isn't necessarily what they think being black is. Said Berlanga is a highlight reel waiting to happen. Yeah, man, he'll get you out of there, dog. He'll get you out of there. I think he can win a major belt. Let me put it this way. Berlanga can win a belt if Riley Romero can. You know what I mean? People got Riley Romero, got here supporting Riley Romero. Powerhouse Watson in the building. Said there are pros, indie, cons in all cultures, though. Absolutely, man. It's just, it is what it is. It sells, though, but it's not. Come on, man. Smooth Groove Box said, I feel exactly where you're coming from, Fannon. I ain't about to defend my black or anyone else's black for them to accept me. Yeah, exactly. You can't tell me. And you can't tell me that you have nothing to say about my blackness. If you are black, I am 100% as black as you. Okay. Stop it. And ain't nothing. You can't tell people that, man. I used to say that shit all the time, man. I would get into run-ins with people. I'm like, because you have mixed people, for example, like people who got a black parent or a white parent, and they're real light skinned. I'll be like, look, man, you can't tell Keith Thurman if he's black or not. You ain't like, just because you are a really dark skinned person does not mean you got the right to chastise and question whether or not Keith Thurman is black. Keith Thurman been black every minute of his life. He ain't had no choice. Okay, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, just that type of stuff irritates me, man. Or if you don't talk, if you don't speak a certain way, and even though people from Houston, Dallas do not speak like people from Chicago, right? People in Chicago think people in Dallas sound country, and that ain't country. That's Southern urban. You know what I mean? Powerhouse Watson said, Fury from the hood, I'm from Clearwater. Yeah, he said, exactly. You can't tell him, man, he ain't black. You know what I mean? You can't tell Andre Ward he ain't black. Like, it's not you. You don't have the right to do that, man. Like, you don't get to determine who's black. It don't work. It doesn't work like that. You say the Lena Horne effect. Exactly, dog. I mean, Lena Horne, the whole family been black forever, but you know what I mean? Now, there's some uppity Negroes out there for sure. You know what I mean? But shoot, out up east, nose to the ceiling type people out there, man. Said Los King said it's even more complicated with Dominicans and Puerto Ricans because they're mixed with black, but they don't actually appear. They don't actually appear like it. Yeah, but they know it. They know that stuff. They know it. That's why I just get out of my face with that. I just get out of my face with it, man. It's the same dynamic, different language. Same dynamic, different language, man. And in Panama, it's like there's a big thing in Panama between the blacks in Panama and the blacks that came from the Caribbean. And the ones in the Caribbean are very Afrocentric and all that. And they came to Panama, and the blacks that were in Panama didn't like it because they were like, you're acting too black. You know what I mean? They wanted to be Hispanic. Yeah, look, man, just leave me alone. Y'all do whatever you want to do. Don't come over here thinking I'm caring. That's all. That's my only thing, man. You ain't gonna ever make me feel bad about it. You know what I mean? My man Ali Vosa said, I'm from Baltimore, and my lady from Jersey. She uppity as heck. They can't help it from up north. Man, let me tell you something, man. I went to school in DC, and I lived and hung out with, and I got friends from DC. And I was hanging out them for 5 years, man. Dude, I went back to Chicago. And I literally, dude, had to check myself. Because one time, dog, I chastised somebody for giving me a canned beer instead of bottles. And I'm like, man, how's this guy going to throw party with canned beers and not bottled beer? And I was like, hold on, man. Blah, blah, blah. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man? I had to check myself, man. And my friend was like, yeah, DC will do that to you, man. Them dudes way up there, way snooty up there, man. Way snooty up there. Philly's like that too. Bunch of snooty ass people up there, man. Windy City Assassin said Mexicans too, they're black and Spaniard. I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to get into that, man, with them, man. Brother Root said they keep trying to paint the image of Wilder, the black guy from the streets, yet he ain't never been involved in nothing. No PEDs, drugs, alcohol, clubbing, nothing. Yeah, he's a Southern boy, man. But that's how they sell. Do you remember how they sold Andre Ward during the Kovalev fights? Andre Ward had been with HBO for years. I had never seen them do any of that black street angle stuff with Andre Ward his entire career until they put him on pay-per-view against Sergey Kovalev. All of a sudden, they were doing promos about his mother and his mother's history. And I'm not even going to get into his mother's history because clearly Andre Ward is not the type of guy that wanted to talk about it, right? But they wind up actually putting that in a promo on HBO. The whole time he's just selling his relationship with God, and they thought, we need to sell something. We need to sell, the street side of Andre Ward. You know what I mean? It's like, man, get out of here, man. You know what that is. Said, man, you can tell Wilder from the hood. I mean, he sound country to me. I don't know about Alabama hood. I think that the Alabama, they all country. That's what he looks like to me. I'm just going to be straight. There's a whole bunch of country dudes from Alabama. I don't know how much hood there is in Alabama. I think he's just country. You know what I mean? Now I know that they got some projects there. They got some areas there. But dude, them country boys act like that. Them country boys ain't, not everything's sweet out there in the country. But I see him as a country boy. He seemed like a country boy to me, Julian Ledesma said Mexicans are natives and Spaniards. Yeah, but they had black people in that area too. No, there are black people everywhere. Just let you know. There are black people everywhere. You got to kind of redo your history a little bit because there's black people everywhere. Black people were everywhere. And then the civilization dipped. And then European civilization rose. And then Europeans spread everywhere. But everywhere that there were Europeans, before there were Europeans, there were already black people there. There were black people in Australia. There were black people in South America. There were black people in that Central America. There were black people in North America. There were black people in China. There were black people in the Middle East. Anywhere you go, there were black people there. And history is a lot longer than people think. That's why that's why there are black people everywhere. But we try to, they just try to, cover that up a little bit so that they can sell the idea that they created everything under the sun. You know what I mean? They want to create the impression that everything that is in existence was created by the European. But that's just, that is aged out. Okay. And everybody, and the longer time goes on, the more that cover up just goes away. And in about 100 years, everybody's going to know the deal because everybody's going to be brown again. And that's just the truth, man. Antoine Richardson said the old Meg people, exactly. Much love in the super chat, man. You know what I mean? Blacks were everywhere, man. But they tried, but that's how I view it. There's a lot of conversations that go on about the specifics of it. But the fact of the matter is everybody's going to get brown again. It's inevitable. Okay. It's inevitable. There's a fight. You're never going to get rid of brown people. And brown people, black people, we ain't going nowhere, man. We ain't going nowhere. And the numbers are going to continue to grow, period. And I've never believed all that census stuff because, they're trying to tell you a story and that story ain't accurate. You know what I mean? It's just not accurate, man. That's what I think. Anyway, Walter Wright. So yeah, a black Muslim was the richest man to walk this earth. Yeah, and there were richer people before him, but it is what it is. Michaelman said there's a tribe in Africa that has over 400,000 years of history documented. 400,000 years. And they act like humans have been around for like 100,000 years. 200,000 years of human history. There's probably millions of years of human history, man. Millions of years. But whoever the conquerors are, always try to erase it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Top Cat's good. I get his point. You know what I mean? I get his point. What he said? Said the dinosaurs would still be here if they didn't eat all the dark-skinned, dinosaurs. Yeah, she's crazy, man. For nine, that's because of the slave trade. It's just European colonization, period. It's European colonization. Spain, everybody speaks some variation of a European language. And that's just the last 400 years, 600 years. History's a long time, man. There's going to be another 800,000 years. Where are we going to be in a million years? Right? Things change, man. So we'll see, We'll just see. I'm really not tripping on it, though. Quite honestly, man. Who do you have winning Fury versus Wilder? I got Wilder winning. I got Wilder. Go Wilder. And I'm telling you, I got Wilder winning because I want him to win. I want him to win. My man Mr. Fruto. I'm going to say that because I can't pronounce your first name. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you for the support, man. Any thoughts on Lawrence Okolie? Yeah, man. Overrated. Domestic. I think he's a hyped up domestic level fighter that's going to run into somebody and lose. That's what I think. I'm not very high on Lawrence Okolie. I saw him fight. The last fight he looked, he beat that guy. I thought the guy was really, really overmatched. But I don't know, man. I don't think that highly of him. I don't think he's a Daniel Dubois. I don't even think he's a Dillian White, man, quite honestly. And it'll be interesting to see when he goes to heavyweight, right? But I'm just not that high on Lawrence Okolie. I wish him the best. I don't have any, no ill will towards him. You know what I mean? But I'm not that amped on the dude, man. Bo Hannon said, you think Plant won for that slap he put on Canelo? Nah, he didn't win, but he did slap him. That was funny, man. I thought he missed because he hooked it. But that was a straight slap. He slapped him. But he took them counters, though. I don't know. I got Canelo in that fight, man. Oh, that's a Clyde Alderman said, who do you have winning Plant versus Canelo? I got Plant, man. I got Canelo. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't even want Plant necessarily to win, right? I kind of want Canelo to win because I really do want to see the Jamal Charlo fight, and I want to see him get, I want to see that fight. It's a slap. It's a slap, dog. You got him. It's a slap. I'll slap the shit out you with my fingers. Don't lunch. The way you get somebody with the four fingers, that's a slap, dog. You can get some. Now, he didn't get the whole hand. You know what I mean? But honestly, I don't think he was trying to get the whole hand. I thought he was just trying to reach out and slap him a little, just getting up there and trying to touch him. Let me put it this way. I think he got what he wanted to get. I'll put it that way. I think he got what he wanted to get out of that. I think he got what he wanted to get out of that. I don't think he wanted a whole full-handed slap now. I hope not, man. What round Wilder winning? Give me 9. Give me 9. Give me 9 rounds of him beating him up. That's what I want to see, man. Jim McMiller said Canelo gonna beat the brakes off Plants. PEDs work. Hey, PEDs do work, dog. Without a doubt, dog. Hey, man, if they tell you performance-enhancing drugs don't work, dog, they lying, dog. It works, man. PEDs definitely work, man. They've been working for Canelo, man. I'm in such a funny place with Canelo, though. Because I like Canelo. Like, I like him. I really wish that dude did not test positive, dog. So I could be out here lying, so I could at least lie and say I don't think he's juicing. You know what I mean? I like Canelo, man. It's just, I like the dude, man. I like the way he fights. I don't believe he's ducking these fighters. I believe that those are the promoters, but that musculature and the fact that he got tested, the fact that he got busted, I can't defend him. That's probably what it is. I like Canelo, but I can't defend him. That's what it is. That's the safest way to say it, dog. Windy City Assassin said, somebody timed me out for giving him a history lesson. Hey, man, Windy City Assassin, let me give you a wrench then. I get a little bit more blue in my chat, man. So you're a moderator now, Windy City Assassin. Demetrius Abrams said, what's up, Fannon? You doing all right, man? I'm doing well, man. I can't complain about nothing. Just up on this Sunday morning talking boxing, having a bit of an extended live stream. But, doing well, man. I can't complain, man. Life is good, man. Life is good, man. We all got ups and downs. I had a little dip, and I dipped back up, man, and I'm just trying to keep it good, man. You know what I mean? Clyde Alderman said, who you got winning Crawford versus Porter? I got Crawford winning that. I got Crawford winning for sure. I got Crawford winning. I want Crawford to win too. Because I want to see but at the same time, this is going to be a tough test for him. And it's a very, very good fight. And Sean Porter's a very live underdog, dog. Very live underdog. Donna Sarah said, you look well, bro. Thanks, man. Yeah, I am well, man. I'm doing really well, man. Bohannon, let me give you one in a minute, man. I handed out a lot, man. I should trust you, Bohannon. I've seen you. I'll give you a wrench, man. Don't cause too much drama, man. What's Blitzball? Hold on, man. Blitzbane. I know who you are, dog. It's Blitzbane. It's probably the same dude. Said he puts me on timeout because he is scared of the truth. This tells a lot of his character. Canelo will beat Plant hand down. He will not fight Charlo. I hope he comes in high F, breaking bones. I don't know what you're talking about, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. Your complaint makes no sense to me. Hey, man, we got 300. Yeah, man, look, hit the like button, man. Kimber 509 said, Fannon, do you think all the boxing organization needs to get together and maybe restructure the way boxing is being ran today? Yes. I think that would be one of the best things you could possibly do is have everybody get together and do that, man. I think there's so many good fights, but boxing, it has been too stagnant. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Thank you, guys. Virgil Ortiz ain't been busted. That's why I'm not putting on him. But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat. Thank you for showing up to the live stream this morning. Fannon, did you see the zone ended that AJ Usyk fight 6 seconds early? Yeah, I saw that. They didn't want him to get him knocked out. They didn't want to get him knocked out. If that was a 15-round fight, he'd have got knocked out. 15 rounds, he's knocked out, dog. 15 rounds, he's knocked out. That's what I'm saying. These big dudes, they do well. They do well off this 15-round fight, man. But anyway, man, let me get up out of here. With that, I'm out. Deuces.